Kaptırıyor topu. Ali Tağ doğru çok süratli. Ali orta yapacak. Sert orta. Sert orta.
Welcome everyone to МОСКВА. It is of course time to pull back the curtain on our European journey as we verse CSKA Moscow. But before we crack on with that game, we do of course have a game to catch up on and a little bit of news. So without further ado, let's hop into Football Manager 21 and crack on with today's episode. Okay, so you might remember we only had one game between last episode and this, and it was away to Hatayspor. And as you can see, we got off to a cracking start. Lovely cross from Emrehan and a lovely goal from Gerkan. Gerkan then went provider, pulled it back here for Emrehan to get yet another assist for Eren on the other wing. He did a great job dropping off his man and drilling into the bottom left hand side. Kuble then plays it to Volkan. Emrehan up to Mad. Mad to Sinan. Sinan, lovely through ball to Gerkan, who slots it again in the left hand side of the goal. Gets us a third on the 86th, I'm guessing, yep, 86th minute to win it out. So it was a comfortable victory in the end. We had 10 shots to their 4, 5 on target to their 1, 0.99 xG to their 0.34, 6 corners to 1, 9 fouls to 7, 1 yellow card to 1 yellow card, 94% passing to their 81, 62% possession to their 38. So how did our players get on? Well, as you can see, everyone got green bar 2. Those two were, of course, Mehmet with a 6.7 and Carranza with a 6.8. They didn't have bad games, they just didn't really perform massively. Zubzuk got 7.2. We then had a backline of Blackett, Kuble, Gordinho and Lassen getting 7.1, 7.2, 7.4 and 7.8 respectively. Shirok and Emrehan got 7.1 and 8.3. Eren got a 7.3 on the left hand side, 8 for Gerkan. And that is how our start has gone on. Now, the substitutes, as you will have saw, we did take a few players off. Nobody really needed to go off for any specific reason, other than Shirok, as you can see, got a yellow card. The rest were all fitness. We wanted to take players off, make sure we had a nice fit squad going into this Moscow game. That means we took Mailman on for Blackett. Wanted to rest up Blackett. I believe Blackett and Lassen were both a little bit tired, so we rested up Blackett. We then rested, I probably should have rested Lassen, to be honest, because then Musin could have come on this side, and even if we had to play the Mailman against Moscow, I think that's better than playing Musin, but I don't think we're going to have to play either of them anyway. I think it's going to be the usual suspects. I'll double check that before we get into that game though. Volkan, he came on, got 6.9. He of course came on for Shirok in his yellow card. We had Sinanke, he got a 7.1 coming in for Mehmet, so he was actually an improvement in that spot. And Mag got a 6.8 for Carranza, who it was just rested him. Like I said, 6.8 is not bad, especially considering both our wingers were scoring. He was just sort of lingering in the box, distracting the centre backs, and our wingers got the goal. So he did what he meant to do in that game. But that was our one and only game. Let's crack on with a little bit of news and then get on with today's game. Okay, it's time to hop into the news. As you can see, I've had to scroll down a little bit. That's why I didn't just bring us straight into the inbox screen. I didn't want you having to wait for me to scroll down reams and reams of different random bits of news. But as you can see, Ali Akman, the man, the myth, the legend himself, he did go off to France. And, well, he was rather successful in France. He got 17 goals in 38 appearances for his previous club. But he's back here in Turkey, and Fenerbahce have gone and paid a ridiculous amount of money, both for his transfer and for his wages. So, as you can see, they bought him for 3.6 million. He's on 51,000 per week. I don't think we're ever going to be able to afford to get him back, especially on that wage. But it does mean we get 50% of his profit. So 50% of his profit does amount to 1.1 million. Yes, that is right. We get 1.1 million plus 90,000 as a solidarity contribution payment, which is nice. And as another little bit of an added bonus, it meant the board went, and because of the expected financial increase, they've increased our percentage of transfer revenue. So we now get 75% of the sell-on of our players until we get up to 31.75 million, and then it drops to 40%. But that is nice to see. And speaking of transfers, we are looking to sell a couple of youngsters. So first of all, let's head to the transfer screen. As you can see, we have Tazgul and Kos. Now, we'll first of all look at Kos. He's got 2, maybe 3 star potential, so he's nowhere near the quality of the players that we have around, but we can get 17.5 grand for a player who's currently valued at 15, so we'll get more than his valuation, and in this particular deal, 50% of the next sale, not of the profit, of the overall next sale. So if he goes for a ridiculous amount, we get half of it anyway. We then have Tazgul. Now, Tazgul, as you can see, 250,000 is what Gaziantep is offering. Now, Tazgul has good potential. He's 2.5 star, maybe 4.5 star. I think he probably is nearer to that 4.5 star than the 2.5 star. He's probably going to sorry, not 4.5 star, 3.5 star. Then he's 2.5 star. So he's probably going to level out at 3, maybe 3.5. I think 3 is probably a reasonable rating for him, which would mean he would be a decent player for our league. But at 250 grand, even if he's worth that, even if he reaches his entire potential, 250 grand is a solid amount of money for this player, especially considering he's already 20 now and he's still only 1.5 star. By the time he reaches that potential, he's probably going to be 23, 24 anyways. So I think 250 grand is good. And to add on to that 250 grand, we get half of his next sale. Yes, that's something I love to do, wrap in that half of next sale. I'm not going to get rid of youngsters unless we get half of what they sell them on for. As you can see, that has now given him an asking price of 250 grand. Someone actually came in at less. I accepted 100 odd thousand, but then they came in and I declined anything worth less. So 250,000 and half of his sell on. I think that's a pretty reasonable offer. If anyone, of course, comes in higher, then we'll get rid of Gaziantep and we'll let whoever comes in go in for him instead. But that's our transfer news. As you can see, our transfer budget has now gone to 2.3 million with 13,250 per week left over for wages. So we're in a good financial spot and we're in 2.3 million of profit just for this year. That gives us a 12.3 million bank balance. And it's very nice to see this drop off here from 12.9 to 10.8 isn't nice to see. And I'm very confused why it still says 12. Yeah, that one's got me confused. We've got this drop off, but our overall still says it. Oh, 12.3, that's 12.9. Okay, so that's going to bounce back up a little bit, I guess. We're going to probably sort of move slightly higher. Anyways, enough rambling. It is time for our Euro Cup playoff first leg here at Arena CSKA. It's a wet and wonderful day here against CSKA in lovely МОСКВА. And, well, as you can see, SK Sofia is also at home against FCSB, so it's going to be an interesting one here today, ladies and gents. They say we go from balanced to cautious. That is a reasonable approach, I think, Jason. I think we go with all the opposition instructions. These I do not agree with. I think we stick with our usual starting lineup if they're fit enough. As you can see from condition and sharpness, everyone is set to go. So, that means we've got Zubzuk in goal. Centre-backs are Kuble and Galdino, who are linking up rather well. Now, not quite on the level of Shirok and Emrehan in central midfield, but they're linking up quite well. On the right-hand side is Lassen. He links up great now with Gerkan. Blackett and Erin are yet to learn to link up, but they are going to get there within the season, I would say. Mehmet is, of course, sitting behind Carranza. Again, not linking up, but again, they should develop during the season. Now, as you can see, for the Euro Cup, we only have a 7-man bench. So, I'm not going to make the mistake of just clicking it and going into things. We want to clear off our bench because we want to actually pick out our bench. So, we do need a goalkeeper. Atabek will be our goalkeeper to sit on the bench. We then need a striker, but we want a striker who can also play midfield. So, we'll bring on Anal. I might drop him here depending on, you know what, initially we'll go Mad Anal. I might drop Mad for another midfielder if I deem it's needed. Obuloy is going to go in there. Musin can go here. He can of course cover central midfield as well as this right, so he can cover all of that. Obuloy can cover this. We then need a left back, so of course that's going to be the mailman if I can find him. The mailman slots in there, that's the entire back line. This is all covered. We need Anal can of course cover here and here. Mad can technically cover that as well. So I guess bringing in a centre attacking mid is probably our best bet. So Sinan, I think a bench of Atabek, Musin, Obilor, Mailman, Sinan, Anal and Mad is probably the way to go. Although I would like to get another midfielder in here just so we can go double sub in central midfield if needed. So we drop in Mad, I think. Do I? Because the problem is, see, Mailman can actually go on this left-hand wing, which is quite useful. Milinkovic, perhaps? Milinkovic can cover both sides, although he just reduces this. This is where Recap would have been quite useful, you know, because he can cover anywhere in these. Well, actually, all three spots he can pretty much cover. So, yeah. You can't cover centre attacking mid. It would be nice if we had a central midfielder who could cover centre attacking, but I think that's probably the best. Or near as darn it, we can get for our bench. Godinho is looking forward to his battle with Adolfo Gaicchi. We then have all of this positivity. We do have 8 players who are concerned by the lack of tactical familiarity, even though we've been using this tactic for quite a while. Those are those players making that complaint, but let's just crack on with it. Forget that complaint. We have a game to play, and, well, weirdly, wait, Aking Thief is on their bench. Igor Aking Thief is on the bench. Not starting, which is very confusing. I don't know if Sporty Yellow is better than Aking Thief, but yeah, that one's got me kind of confused. I don't know if there's any Russian fans watching this, but yeah, that one has me a little bit confused. We've got nothing to lose here. We know how good we are. Let's show everyone else what we're capable of. Yes, exactly. Your team selection has offered little in the way of surprise. Are you confident ahead of kickoff? I mean, it's the best team that gives us a chance of winning Zera Uzaner. So, of the best football latest. Jesus, you came all the way from Turkey with us? I'm impressed with that. Nice bit of journalism from you. Anyway, my team picks itself. It's a very strong team, and we've got every chance of winning if we play as well as we're capable of. I would make I would not make a select favourites. We're away to Moscow. A big match. Strong, possible, and considered as a friend. I think the pressure is all on them. We're looking forward to trying to get a positive result. My team picks itself. Are you confident, Gerkan? I certainly trust him, and I know he works hard to get to level that we need him at. As you can see, there is quite the crowd. I don't know if it was this game or our home tie. I believe it's our home tie just because of the way it was written. It's actually televised. So we can go from this one, and then next episode we'll have our televised game in the second leg. Hopefully we'll actually be battling to stay in Europe, because it would be a shame if we get blown out in this one and then the next episode we're just playing people to give them an opportunity to play against Moscow. But as you can weirdly see, we've got a better pass. Oh no, we haven't, sorry. They've got 95, we've got 92. Both teams are passing it well. We are better on the possession though. Look, we've got 65 to their 35. They've now dropped to under 90, now they're back up to 90. We are 94, 95 on our passing. We are doing quite well, I would say. If we just pause it for a second, we've got better passing completion, better possession. Now, XG sucks for both teams. They've had 2 shots, neither on target. 2 shots to 1. 2 fouls to 2. Like, we are giving them a game. We're away in Moscow and we are giving CSKA a game. Even if we lose this, I'm just impressed. Our lads are putting in the efforts. Kublai, though, will get it. Plays it up to Emrehan. Can we get anything going? Lassen's got acres of space. Plays it to Gerkan. Perhaps he pulls it back to Lassen, because Lassen still has plenty of space. He does. Lassen, will he whipping across? He's got Emrehan shot. Plays it shot to Emrehan. Emrehan whips one in. Erin! Oh, come on, get it to Erin. Oh, nice tackle by Shrock, though. Get it up to Blackett. Play it up to Blackett. Nice through ball. Blackett, get a nice cross in now. I'll pull it back to Erin. It's up to you. whips one in. It is nodded away. Lassen collects it though. Plays back to Godinho. We're still in possession. Plays up to Schrock. Now with Erin, he's got the overlapping Blackett. Plays it to Schrock though. Schrock finds the overlapping Blackett. Will he whip in across? Pull it back to Erin. Yes. Now whipping across. Somebody get something going. Schrock's on the edge of the area. Pull it to him. Pull it to him. Whip it in even. Okay. Schrock had acres of space. Play it to him there. He could probably smash it in. Unfortunately though, Erin and Blackett just didn't. Anyway, Emrahan whips in the corner and it is nodded over. Carranza, you've got to do better, my friend. You're a record signing. But I think that was a pretty solid half from us. We've had 8 shots to their 2. 3 on target to their absolute 0 at home. 0.74 XG to their 0.09. Yes, very low XG. 3 corners to their 3, 2 fouls to their 3, 0 yellow cards, 94% passing to their 89, 73% possession to their 27. So let's head to the dressing room, tell the lads they've done a great job so far. I'm happy with performance, keep it up. That is the sort of performance we like to see around here, lads. Right, they've got a free kick right in their half. They are going to play it up. Gerkan, lovely inception, gets it to Mehmet. Now with Lassen. Gerkan, can he get anything going on this right-hand side? Lassen will support him. Lassen, maybe pull it back to him. Gerkan, he's behind you. Thank you. Now to Emrahan. Emrahan, whip one in. Carranza, free header, can't keep it down. Carranza, please. Please. Show why I had faith in bringing you in. You're better than this, Carranza. You are better than this. We all know it. Please just go out there and prove it. We are up to the 63rd minute now. We're going to make some substitutions. Carranza has not been performing as we would like, but Mehmet Ozcan is probably having the worst performance, as you can see on a 6.6. I've still got it left on condition as my organising, which is a reasonable thing to do. And with that reasonable thing to do, I think bringing Anal on for Gerkan might be the play. Do we have anyone who's particularly... Body language is looking good on everyone. Fitness is looking okay. I think swapping our wingers out and giving them both a rest might be the play. But, okay, yeah, both of them, and maybe bring on Carranza. Swap them 3 out. The problem is I can't swap them 3 out because we need someone who can play on the wing who isn't one of these 2. And we don't have that. So we have to pick 2. Of them 3 to go. If I'm going to do that, it's got to be Gerkan and Julian. So, Carranza, I know you're our star that we've just recently signed, but you're not doing the job for us right now. We're going for the triple sub. Can we get anything going with this triple sub? I just realised we're in the Euro Cup, so I don't know why I'm making these crazy substitution decisions because I was basing it off our Turkish league and the fact that we can make 4 and then have a 5th. I should have probably remembered the whole 3 substitution thing, but I think we'll be okay. I think. Touch wood. I'll take a draw. I don't know about you guys, but a draw away from home. We've gone all the way from Turkey up to Moscow, and we've just gone and got a draw against CSKA Moscow. I think we'll put ourselves in a good spot for the next episode. Yes, it's a little disappointing considering we have 13 shots to their 2, 4 on target to their absolute 0, and a 1.02 XG to their 0.09 to get the ball draw. But considering the teams, I think we did a good job to get home with a draw and perhaps steal a victory in the next one. 4 corners to their 4 though. 8 fouls to their 11, 1 yellow card, 95% passing to their 88, 69% possession to their 31. As you can see, the best performer was Emrehan Erdogan with a 7.7. Our goalkeeper Zubzuk got 7.1. Backline of Blackett, Kubalay, Gordinho and Lassen got 7.2, 7.1, 7.5 and 7.5 respectively. Our central midfield of Shirok and Emrehan got a 7.1 and a 7.7. Our attacking mid of Erin, Sinan and Anal all got 6.8. Of course, the substituted Mehmet Ozcan got 6.6, and our strikers, Mad got 6.6 and Carranza got 6.7. In hindsight, probably should have left Carranza on for Mad and maybe even left Gerkan on for Anal. Anal improved on Gerkan, but Carranza was doing a bit better than Mad when he came on. So that's something to think about for the next one, but I think we did a decent job. Well done, lads. You proved everyone wrong by avoiding defeat. They expected us to come here and get smashed, and we didn't. That is very good. We are doing better than... Okay, Galatasaray did okay to get a 2-2 draw in that. But I want to say Fenerbahce got knocked out. Someone got knocked out, I'm pretty sure. From Turkey. Anyways, that is it for today's episode. Euro Cup, better fail to make chances count. I would look at that slightly differently to the way it's being portrayed in the media. I'm going to, of course, play this Gencler Beligi game where I will be meeting a few of our previous players. I think they've got a couple of our previous players. But then I'll see you fine folks back for our second Euro Cup tie against CSKA Moscow, where we are at home. So hopefully we can do a little bit better than that 0-0 draw. But I thank you all for watching. I hope you all have a lovely night, and goodbye.